Sequence diagram. Sequence diagram also called event diagram. Event diagram, right? In integration, interaction diagram. Interaction diagram. Sorry, interaction diagram. It has two parts. One is a collaboration diagram. Collaboration diagram and sequence diagram. Sequence diagram. Right. Now we discuss interaction diagram under the interaction sequence diagram. Right. Sequence diagram. Sequence diagram is representation of object. It is representation of object interaction arranged in time sequence. Arranged in time sequence. It depicts the object and classes. Object and classes involved in the scenario and the sequence of messages exchange between the object. Exchange between the object. That means we should understand. We should decide what are the objects. Have our scenario. Have our scenario. Right? Very important. Sequence diagram are typically associated with use cases. So now already you know use cases. No, this is typically associated with use cases. This means use case we have use cases. We can identify what are the objects have our scenario. Right, very important. Object exchange between the object no message exchange between the that case. Object is very important. We should decide what are the object have our scenario. Sequence diagram. Sequence diagram represents the dynamic interaction between object or between actor object ordered in time. Between actors and object ordered in time. Right? Sequence diagram is composed of a timeline. That timeline is object that interaction across this timeline and the message that they exchange represent a scenario in the system. The sequence diagram is represent the scenario of the system. This is a major ingredients of sequence diagram, right? You know, this patient mean user, it's like actor, patient, or instructor, or lecturer, or student, like this, right? Actor, after object in the patient object and timeline, how to show the timeline, right? And inquiries availability is message sent to the one object to the other object, right? Timeline, the timeline, right? Like, and focus on control. We focus on the control rectangle shapes, right? And it itself, some message are working to itself like this, represent to the right. Now it's very important that object, right? Object. I show you how to identify like this. We can check. We can get like a class, right? One class, sorry, class one, right? Class one. After we can write some method in class one, public method one, right? And write down something. And also class two, class two, and also we write down public method two, write down something and close. Two classes, one class, right? Another. After we can write the other class to call this two classes. How can do in class main, right? After create object class 1, so class 1, OP1, new class 1, create construct. One object created, other class, class 2, OP2, equal new class 2. Okay, whole constructor. No? Now object also there. After we can create other method in class, main class, main method, public main method like this, main one like this, meta constructor. Right. After we can call op1, no, op1 dot class method one, no, method one, right? op2 dot method 2. Method 2 has class 2 method. Class 2 object, class 2 object, op2, this object dot this class method, method 2, like this. Now finish. Now we can see, no, here we create object, no, we create object. This is one class, other class, and we create two objects in class and call this one. You can how to draw this scenario sequence diagram. How to draw this scenario, right? I will show you how to draw this. You can see. Can you see my interface, right? This is my class one, right? This is class one, method one. I write class one, method one. I write something to inside the method, right? This is C# coding, parent person registration, this applicate form. This form I to the form I create other object and new parent person registration. After fr2 dot show to the, if the call this method show this form. I write in the class one method one, right? After class 2 also write some method. This is also public method 2. It has, if the call this method call form 3 dot show, right? Understand? After main class, you can see I created two object, class 1 object, class 2 object. After op1 dot class 1 object call this method 1, class 2 object call method 2, class 2 method. After finish. Now how to draw sequence diagram? I show you sequence diagram. Right? You can see my sequence diagram. This is main means main class. This main is main class, right? Main class, other object 2 is class 2, no? Object 1 class 1. You can see it's to the object display. This dot op1 class 1 object. This dot op2 class 2 object. After, if the process finish, FRM person registration form is activated. This is other object. If the finish, FRM client application form should be displayed like this. This means one object, two object, and 3 and 4. After main, this is main class, main object class, no? Right? This means you can see main, no? After the op1 dot method call this, okay, to the main method is called this one. After it is a process, no, you can see it's one time t1 time, after t2 time is create a FRM person registration. It's called this one. After return back to the class 1. After return to the main method. After call second method. Call main class call to the second method. No, main class calls to the first method. Understand? After this is a finish. Here is this is a finish. No, it is called self no initialize component message call to selfly same, right? You can see, and again second method call op dot method 2 call. After this method create a FRM client, no, FRM client, FRM client, right? FRM client. After this initialize component self work, after return back to the class 2 object 2, after it is returned back to the main class, right? Now you have idea, I think small idea, right? simple coding, very simple coding. No, this is a class 1 coding, class 2 coding, and main, right? After, I think very simple. Yeah, main class I call to create a two object and call two method, right? Well, we can write now. Enough explain, I think. Right now you have idea, I think, right? Object, how to work is now you know how to decide how many objects there, right? Right, timeline represent like this, right? Okay. Representation object, representation object. Now you have idea, right? Instance name after class name. This is instance name, object name. No, instance name is after class name, right? You can see, you know, my drawing. Instance name. This dot op1 after class name in class 1. Instance name after class name, class 1, right? Like this. Sorry, right? Instance name is object name after class name. Object, instructor, right? This is a instructor after lifeline, right? Lifeline object. This is object. This is also any mouse object and object of the unknown class. Right. Messages. Messages method call. Messages. No, it's called method call. Messages mean method call. Indicated by horizontal line. Horizontal arrows. Sorry, arrows. Message include message description, which is known as a method signature. Attributes, message name, arrangement, return type. You can check, no? In my drawing, this is a message, no? Message mean new. I call message for copy the method one. Right? op1 dot method one. Method one is my you can see method one. No, display only like this in C#. Right? Method one. This is a message for the method one. You can see method, but send the message, but show the method. I think method name here also. If I create a farm client method two, right? So right. Message. Example for my method name, request class grade and class ID. After method argument type. That argument type, if you can check, right? You can practice. Message types. Synchronized message. A synchronized message is used when the sender wait for the receiver. Sender, right? Sender wait for the receiver to process the message, and return before carrying on the another message. Before carrying on the another message. Use solid arrow. You can see represented by the solid line with the solid arrow. This symbol is used when the sender must wait. Sender must wait for response to message before it contain. You can see it's message sent. As example, message sent after going to message after sender need to wait in this time. Come to the message after message come. This also we call return message. No, return message. Right? Message asynchronous message. Asynchronous message is used to when the message call does not wait for the receiver to process the message and return before sending other message to other object. Use line arrow like this, right? Before arrow is a fill, right? And this is not a fill like this. Use line arrow, right? You can see. And asynchronous message does not wait for the response from the receiver before the sender. continue. You can see this is a send, not a wait. This means only send, no wait, right? No wait here, no line, right? Message type, return message. Return message also as synchronized message, no? The return message is used to the indicate that the message receives this is done. Process the message is returning control over the message caller. Use dash line arrows. No, if the message is sent after wait no to response. This means wait like this. No, you can see send after wait. This is a return message. This is a return message, right? Message type. Message types. Department head and instructor. Type of the return request class grade. Department head request to class head class grade to the instructor. Instructor send to the response, no, return to the grade. After given raise big number, after see ascribe measure half arrow. After return dash line to the again return to the something but not return. Send to the message but not return, right? To the department head, send to the some message to the instructor. Give raise. Activation bar is very important. Activation bar of focus of control is the box place on the lifeline. It is used to indicate that an object is active instanted during an interaction between two objects. No? One object is a class A OB1 object and OBT object, right? To the object timeline, right? It is this. Sorry, after so like the activation bar. Some process is run, some message is going, or method is going, method call, third one, right? After draw this activation bar like this. After return back. After send some message other object. But this is not a activation. This is not activate. Object 2 is activate only this time. Like this. Right? Rectangular indicate duration of the objects staying active. Right? Staying active. Draw when object method is on method stack waiting for other object is finished. Other object is finished. You can see indicator method call instructor and student. Instructor give test. Instructor give test to the student. After student do the test, after send the result to the instructor. After result sent to the sometime no into the HOD. HOD. Right. Right. Here HOD after send to this result HOD. This means in student is activation bar is finishing this time. After instructor is finished this time, but HOD after send to the some message to the no, into the message instructor like this, right? Okay. Ascribe message send, right? The creation message. You can see the creation message send to the send to the creation message, new message send to the object. Indicate that this object is create according to the object is create according to the message that is being sent. So object is create, message is being sent. Arrow which new word to the object. Destruction detection. When an object is no longer needed, it can also be deleted from the sequence diagram. No longer was. Some result is sent after finish this process. No exam is finished. No, this means deletions, right? Reflexive message. When an object sends a message to itself, object, I told you, initialize component method in my scenario. It's all same form load, no? Form load, though, like a C# or .NET, no? Some method called initialize components. All the components are need to initialize. This is run selfly, right? The object send message to itself, right? Condition and loops. Fragment frame. Condition and loop. Condition meaning if condition, right? And looping for while, right? Like this, right? You know, you have good knowledge now, right? Selection of interaction between object. Section of interaction between object. It is used to show complex interaction such as alternative flows and loop in a more structured way, right? Fragment operator, left top corner. This is by what sort of the fragment it is. You can see the interaction frame, iteration frame, iteration or looping, loop or iteration is going to like this, loop, you know, iteration frame and if then else frame, right? If loop is say like right and loop like this after. If then is like ALT like this, and after condition right? Condition right, else part like this, right? I will show. Alternative fragments used when a two choice need to be made between two or more message sequence. It models the if then else logic, logic, right? You can see, right? This is a if condition. Else condition is value greater than 10,000 $, right? Like this. This is a condition. After, if the true, this pass is going to the this object. If the false, the message is going to that object. We mention this. What is this object, right? Conditional control. This is condition control after else, right? This is the else part is represent to the this arrows, this lines, right? I will show. This is a frame for if condition, right? Right. After loop used to represent the repeative sequence iteration. Stop on no loop means same time work more things, no, understand, same times work, right? Not same time more things work, right? Loop. Add item after work, receive items, reserved item after is finished, after this one time do after other time like this doing, no, card. Add item card, okay, after receive reserved item inventory, after return this message, after return to the add item. Like this loop is work. Checkout. Object call itself like this, you can see, right? Process order. Another example, right? Order and like iteration frame. This is a loop frame. This is a if then else frame. After else part, the condition, right? After, right? And then also here also nested confirmation, like again else in the if else part, same time, no, same time message work, but if the true or false, if the true, this message work, false, this message work, right? Okay, thank you. Now I show you how to do the coding, right? This is my coding, C#, right? Try to understand. I write this, right? I show you my scenario, the use case. This is my scenario, right? This admin, user is admin, and user. Right? They have privileges. Admin can access other panel. User can access other panel. This I think first login form, right? Login form is after username password check. Username, password, username, and password. Right? After error message. Error message. Error message. If the username password okay after admin panel, right? After client panel. Client panel. If the right admin can log in, right? Admin can the login you okay, admin can access admin panel. User can log in, user login okay, user can access client panel. User client can client admin, right? Admin. System is a login application. Login. Right, system and login like after if the login is somebody type username password is include. No? Include should be check include. Include right after if the username password okay, oh error message maybe no anytime no errors maybe extend right. This is my scenario. Finish. After how to draw my sequence diagram according to the scenario. But I do the code in first after I show you how to draw scenario visual basic, right? But this is not the way. If we according to this use case, we need to draw our sequence diagram, right? We need to draw our sequence diagram. But I show you how draw the software, right? Do the coding, right? Right. This is my coding, right? If the password also encrypted, right? Password encrypted the object, right? Encrypted is one of the other class, right? It is created to the object. Obj is object, encrypted object, right? Encrypted class object. It, after call of encrypted method, pass the password, right? Pass argument also, right? After this variable is getting to the use our after database connection. Database connection also the class, right? Database connection also the class, right? To the database connection, create object OP. After OP dot database connection method also called here. After connect to the database, now connection okay. After this is the validation part, right? Validation test, right? Nothing important, you know normally. Right? After this is a SQL query, right? SQL query select from where it's like this table name, login table name. Right? After filter here is according to username, filter information. If the check here first, no, the null or not. After if not null is like after write the coding, right? Check the username and password. If the username is true and password true, after check is username is admin. If the admin, login admin form or else login client form, right? This is my scenario, right? And other also there the Ron is some password Ron, username Ron or username or password Ron like this, right? Code in there, right? Now I think you have idea. No, this is my scenario, no, right? This is my scenario. No? Login, username, password is username is okay. Admin check again username. Admin can login or password login, right? Now I show you my use sequence diagram. Right? Okay. You can see. This is main. This is main FRM login. No, FRM login. One object after encrypted object obj object encrypted class. After OP object is a database connection class. After FR2 is a FRM admin form. After FR2 FRM login object. After FR3 is client form object, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 object. Now you have idea how to choose, how to decide what are the object, right? After login, create encrypted. No, after return encrypted password. Create encrypted, new encrypted. After password encrypted, after encrypted password, no, obj the encrypted password is sent to the return encrypted, right? Return encrypted. After if the try block, you can see try block, no? Try block is database connection. If the connection database object, not here, right? Send to the return after database connection, return to the connection, right? Right after plus object call after return after send to the method call method plus object call after send to the here also plus object call after object okay after this class is there, we check class is there or not, object is okay after call method, right? After okay, like this. After if condition, no, if condition, right? If condition is first check null or not. After else part, after if condition, check password, no, it's password admin. And also here is a finish. Encrypted one here is finish. No? After else part, create admin, no, new admin. Oh, you can see, no, activation bar is not working here, right? Finally works. After farm admin, password is admin, username is admin. Show this one. You can see initialize component. This self work itself or not. Create a FRM a new FRM login, right? Else works for FRM client, right? This is a simple thing. I think you have idea, right? We have to draw like this, fill your scenario, right? You can remove this object to the same. Right. I think now you have a small idea, right? Good idea, right? Thank you. Thank you for listening. You have a problem, you can send my mail address to your problem, right?